Hey, welcome to CNN Builds. So in this video, we're going to be going over acrylic versus glass windows for your van or campervan installation.
So on the acrylic side, it is better insulation. It's just I guess plastic is a better insulator than glass. So acrylic is plastic.
Is it really?
Yes.
Good to know. Next is noise reduction. So acrylic windows are going to dampen sound a bit more than glass windows. So this does kind of depend on like where you're going. If you're in a more urban environment, this might be more important. Or if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's probably not that big of a deal. Just depends on your application.
Acrylic windows are lighter, and this is also important too if you're going with double pane windows.
Yeah, every pound adds up. Next is acrylic is a lot more UV resistant. So unlike glass, it won't degrade over time from UV rays.
Acrylic is also more prone to scratches, so definitely keep that in mind and take care of your windows. If you see any dings or cracks of anything like that, just make sure you take care of it a lot sooner rather than later.
One bad thing about them is they are a bit more expensive than glass windows, especially if you're going with a double pane window. It will be kind of a hefty price, but you do get what you pay for.
Next up is the glass side. So glass is considerably cheaper, probably just based off of material, readability. Even if that's the word, I don't think that's a word.
Availability.
Availability is what I was going for. As opposed to acrylic, so it's likely the cause.
Glass, unfortunately, is more prone to breaking or shattering, which acrylic is not really as prone to. However, glass is not as prone to scratching like acrylic windows are.
Glass is also significantly heavier than acrylic, especially if you're going with double pane windows. This definitely adds up in weight and also makes installation a lot harder to do for one person depending on the size of the window.
And glass is not as good of an insulation material. So, if you're going to be going places with more extreme temperatures, this is probably pretty important. Otherwise, if you're looking for milder climates, this might not be as big of a deal, but something worth noting.
And glass is also not as good of a sound reducer. I suppose glass just resonates more so than acrylic.
Yeah, again, this also depends on your application. If you're going to noisier places, it might be more important. But yeah, it really just depends on your individual use case.
Yeah. So we ended up choosing double pane acrylic windows by a company called Arctic Turn. We chose them just because they had lots of great reviews. Obviously, that's always a big one. But they were really good for, fairly extreme environments. We want to do a fair bit of traveling to a lot of colder places, maybe even some hotter places, and try to get in as much as we can for our buck.
Yeah, we have a video on that installation process too. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in those windows in particular. So thanks for checking out the video if you made it this far. Hopefully this helps you guide your decision on what type of material you want for your window. And be sure to check out some of our other videos that we have on window installs and tips and tricks that go along with it.